Hello everyone, good evening. Very good evening to all. Welcome to BYJU'S exam prep and welcome to this today's session that we are going to talk about, which is on modern mathematics. So before I start, can you all please confirm, is everything fine? Am I audible and visible to all? Just confirm it once. After that, we shall start with our class now. Is everything okay, guys? Can you all hear me? Can you all see me? good evening, Nadim Palli. Hello, Vikram, Shubham, Sakshi, Sonam, Ajay, Shoheli, Rajeshwari, Sanjaya, Sohani, Adarsh, Tanisha, Akanksha. Very, very good evening, guys. Yes, all is fine. That's great. People on YouTube, can you also please confirm once? Is everything okay? Am I audible and visible to all? After that, we shall start. Creative Kida says, yes, everything is fine. That's great. Hi, Kushal. Good evening. Hi, Raju. Good evening. Yes, says Sayyed as well. सर फर्स्ट स्लॉट अलॉट हुआ है. ओके, कुछ रोने वाली क्या बात है इसमें? फर्स्ट स्लॉट जनरली आसान होता है. नीड नॉट वरी अबाउट इट. बाय द वे, विच ऑल स्लॉट्स यू हैव गॉट गाइस एंड सेंटर्स? आई मीन हाउ फार इज योर सेंटर? आई हैव गॉट द सेकंड स्लॉट बाय द वे. गुड इवनिंग स्नेहल, गुड इवनिंग गौतम, रोहित, आकाश. Do I need to be afraid of slot 1? Of course not. Absolutely not. One third of the population is in slot 1. So why should you be afraid of it? The only thing is you are saying ki you already do not know what would be the kind of questions. So of course, even people in slot 2 and slot 3 also do not know about that. Slot 3, slot 3, slot 3, slot 2, 10 kilometers away. First slot, I got slot 3. Is there any chance that we can predict from slot 1 and 2? No, no chances. So, 2 Pune, second, first, slot 2, first, live class, big fan. Thank you, Samit. First slot and too far from my place. First slot. Oh, I see many of you have got the first slot. Saran has got second slot. Creative Kida got third slot. Garima says second slot. Abhishek, third slot. Sam has got 30 kilometers away. Abhishek got 7 kilometers away. So third, first, third. Now, see, I am seeing a lot many messages now on the app as well as on YouTube. Now, people who have got their first slot, they are saying, sir, I should be afraid of it. People who got the third slot, they are saying third would be the hardest. People who got the second slot, they are saying that second slot would be hardest. Everyone feels that I have got the worst slot. Okay? You just need not worry about this at all. बिल्कुल कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. पहली बात, if your slot would be tough, of course you will get some extra marks for that because ultimately it would be normalized. अगर वो easy आएगा तो स्कोर थोड़ा कम हो जाएगा. So it does not make a difference at all कि कौन सा स्लॉट आपका आया है, उससे कोई भी फर्क नहीं पड़ता है. ठीक है? I got college of my graduation. Arey, that's great. 120 kilometers away in Nashik. Arey, baap re. 14 kilometers away. Okay, so but looks like that things have been equally distributed. People have got first, second, third, सब तरह के slot सबके पास आए हैं. Kush Patel has got his slot 200 kilometers away. अरे बाप रे, इतना तो generally नहीं होता है. 60 kilometers away. That too is quite a lot. Okay. Yes, Rahul Yadav, the admit card has been released. You can check it on the IIM website. Okay, how many mocks should be given the last day such that we also have time to study and analyze? Sanmit, I think at least 2 mocks in a week. At least 2 in a week. चलिए जी, I think we can start with our class now. Okay, शुरू कर देते हैं without any delay. Let's start. So what do we have today? We are going to talk about the modern mathematics in our today's class. Now, you all know probably about the weightage of this topic in the actual CAT examination. So you can say probably the least important area in quantitative ability, I would say. The most important is arithmetic. The second most important is algebra. Third most important is geometry. Fourth is number system. And then comes modern maths. We have very few questions from modern maths. Modern maths basically would include permutation, combination, probability, and set theory. These all are the topics under modern mathematics. Rather, I would say In last many years, CAT has not asked a question on probability, though some of the other exams have asked a question or two on probability. No question has been asked on statistics, not even in the other examinations. One or two questions have been asked from permutation and combination, and sometimes one or two questions in quantitative ability have been asked from set theory and Venn diagram. But yes, Venn diagram is more important from the perspective of LRDI. लेकिन आप काउंट की बात करते हैं तो क्वांट में आपके लिए मॉडर्न में ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं है. इन सम अदर एग्जामिनेशंस एज आई सेड इट माइट बी इंपॉर्टेंट but not from the perspective of the CAT exam. Okay guys, so that's all about it. So I see a few more messages. Some people are saying कि डिफिकल्टी का इशू नहीं है, लेकिन एक्सपेरिमेंट हमारे साथ हुआ है. कोई एक्सपेरिमेंट नहीं हुआ है, बिल्कुल नहीं होता. फर्स्ट स्लॉट वालों के साथ कोई एक्सपेरिमेंट नहीं होता. देयर आर 1/3 ऑफ पॉपुलेशन इन दैट. 170 किलोमीटर मॉर्निंग शिफ्ट, दैट्स अ लिटिल फार ऑफ, लेकिन कोई बात नहीं. My arithmetic is great, but I'm algebra is very bad. Others just do the basics of algebra. I think that will work for you then. चलिए जी आगे बढ़ जाते हैं. So let's start with some of the questions that have appeared in the last few years. First of all, about that. So as you see, just one question appeared in the two slots of 2022 last year, and third slot has no question. 2021 में one question और two questions. 2020 में zero questions और one questions. 19 and 18 they had some questions. जैसे 18 में आपको दिख रहे होंगे 3 questions each, but 2018 had 34 questions in quant. यहाँ पे तो बाद में तो 40 मिनट्स का पेपर हो गया ना. एट दैट टाइम इट यूज्ड टू बी 60 मिनट सेक्शन, तो इसलिए ज्यादा क्वेश्चंस उस टाइम पे आते थे. नाउ लेट्स टॉक अबाउट सम ऑफ द इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर्मूला स्टार्टिंग विद सेट थ्योरी. शुरुआत इससे करते हैं, उसके बाद हम लोग आगे बढ़ जाएंगे इससे. ओके, नाउ फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल लेट मी टेल यू, आई एम नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट वेन डायग्राम्स हियर. I'm not talking about the complete thing that is appearing in LRDI. We will be having a separate, session for that. At the end of this session, I'll tell you when would that session be there. उसमें हम पूरा सेशन करने वाले हैं जिस तरह का LRDI में सेट थ्योरी आता है. Here I'm just talking about quantitative ability, which requires some simple formulas. First of all, the basic knowledge of it. This is set A, this is set B, right? This area is called A intersection B, or you can also call it A and B. The complete area among all the three circles is called either A or B, or A union B, or at least one of A or B. ये ध्यान रखिएगा, सेट थ्योरी में वर्ड एंड और का बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट यूसेज होता है. Always pay attention whether he's saying and or he's saying or. This becomes very important. This area is called only A, this area is called only B, and the total box is called the universal set about which he is talking. This is the important formula that you all need to take care of. That is n of A union B is equal to n of A plus n of B minus n of A intersection B. So there might be some questions directly based upon the formulas. I repeat, here I'm just talking about the section that appears in this quantitative ability section of CAT. हम उसके बारे में बात कर रहे हैं. So I'm not talking about maxima minima of set theory या चार वाला वेन डायग्राम आ जाएगा, वो क्वांटिटेटिव एबिलिटी में नहीं आता है. वो अगर आएगा भी आपका तो वो हमेशा जो है LRDI के अंदर ही आएगा. ओके, फर्स्ट थिंग, what if there are three parameters in a Venn diagram? If there are three sets, first would be called n of A, n of B, n of C. The formula is n of A union B union C is n of A plus B plus C minus A intersection B, B intersection C, C intersection A. ध्यान दीजिएगा, ये माइनस साइन ब्रैकेट के बाहर है. So if I open the bracket, all three would be negative. And finally, A intersection B intersection C would be in positive, right? N of A plus N of B plus N of C minus N of A intersection B, A intersection C, B intersection C plus A intersection B intersection C. These all areas are there. When are the marathon session going to start? Rohit, we are having the next marathon on 23rd of November. Just stay with us. I think 22nd or 23rd. I might be mistaken. 22 या 23 में से किसी एक दिन पे हमारी 8 आवर्स की मैराथन होने वाली है. Okay. Now, which all areas represent exactly one set? So exactly one set is represented by this area, and this area. So A, B, and C are representing exactly one set. Which all areas are representing exactly two sets? Exactly two sets are represented by these three areas, that is D, E, and F. Exactly three sets is represented by G area. When I say none of them is of course outside, that is H. At least two. At least two means 2 plus 3. At least 2 means 2 plus 3. That means these all areas plus this becomes at least 2. And at least 1 का मतलब है 1 plus 2 plus 3. So 1 plus 2 plus 3 is all of them, or you can say total minus H. Total minus H would be equal to at least 1 का एरिया. At least 1 is basically everything inside the circle. जो भी सब कुछ सर्कल्स के अंदर होता है उसको हम लोग at least 1 कह देते हैं. आई एम श्योर यहां तक सब ठीक है, किसी को कोई डाउट नहीं है इसमें. सर आई एम एबल टू स्कोर 50 17 marks. How much will I score in CAT? Just keep improving. Do not think about it. How much are you going to score in CAT? Right? Just keep improving. 80% in 10th, 73% in 12th. Due to some reasons, I was not able to join college this year. It became my drop year. I was not able to get admission on time. Is I am Blackie possible? Saturn, this is something about which you cannot do anything. Just do not think about these questions. It is for all of you. प्लीज मत सोचिए इन सब चीजों के बारे में कि मेरे को ये कॉलेज मिलेगा कि नहीं, मुझे कितना परसेंटाइल लाऊंगा कि मुझे ये कॉलेज मिल जाए. हाउ डज दैट मेक अ डिफरेंस? इफ आई टेल यू गेट अ कॉलेज एट 90 percentile but you can get 96, would you stop at 90? If I say that college you would be getting at 99 but you are not getting 80 plus, how would you get 99? So do not think about these things. Just keep improving. Try to get maximum possible. That's it. That's all that you have to do. मैक्सिमम मिनिमम वाले जो क्वेश्चन होते हैं वो सॉल्व नहीं होते वेन डायग्राम के. प्रिया जी ऐसा ही आंसर्ड. We will be doing session for that. I think tomorrow or day after tomorrow we are having a session on that as well. So just don't worry about it. Okay. चलिए जी आगे बढ़ जाते हैं इससे. That was the second. Now third thing, when I talk about permutation combination, there are two things. One is combination, one is permutation. Combination, which is called NCR, and sometimes we also write it as CNR. NCR means the number of ways of selecting R articles out of N. NCR is number of ways of selecting R articles out of N. And please keep in mind, when I talk about R articles out of N, all these N articles are distinct, right? The articles must be distinct. In how many ways R articles can be selected out of N distinct articles, that is given by NCR. उसका फॉर्मूला होता है NCR, and it just gives you combinations. Combination का मतलब ये, let us say I am choosing 2 articles out of 3. So 2 articles out of 3 is AB, AC and BC. I do not think about BA as well because that will become permutation then. मतलब जब ऑर्डर इंपॉर्टेंट होने लग जाए. आई एम जस्ट टॉकिंग अबाउट आउट ऑफ दीज 3 टेक 2. अब वो 2 ए और बी है या बी और ए है, डज नॉट मेक अ डिफरेंस. वो एक ही बात है. कॉम्बिनेशन डज नॉट टेक ऑर्डर इनटू अकाउंट, परमुटेशन टेक्स ऑर्डर इनटू अकाउंट. सो सम ऑफ द इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर्मूलाज, एनसीआर इज इक्वल टू एनसीएन माइनस आर. रीजन सीधी सीधी बात है, जब आप एन में से आर चीजें सिलेक्ट करते हैं तब आप एन माइनस आर रिजेक्ट करते हैं. रिजेक्शन भी एक तरह का सिलेक्शन है, राइट? लेट अस से आई हैव 10 आर्टिकल्स इन माय हैंड. उन 10 में से मैंने 3 निकाल लिए. हाउ डू यू नो आई एम टेकिंग आउट 3 और हाउ डू यू नो आई एम टेकिंग आउट 7? मेरे हाथ में 10 है, 10 में से मैं 7 डिफरेंट कर रहा हूं कि 3 कर रहा हूं. हाउ डू यू नो दैट? बोथ ऑफ देम वुड बी डन इन द सेम वे. सो देयरफॉर 10C3 वुड बी सेम एज 10C7. NC0 is equal to 1. What does that mean? NC0 means out of n articles, in how many ways you can select 0. That means you are not selecting anything. Selecting nothing is also considered as a selection. If you are not selecting anything out of n, that's also one way of doing it. I mean, rejecting everything is also a selection that you have made, that you are not selecting anything. NC1, out of n articles, one article can be selected in any ways. Any one of those n can be selected. And NCN, out of n articles, if I am selecting all n, it can be done in only one way. And do remember all the factorials till 8. You already know, I think, that 0 factorial is 1, 1 factorial is 1, 2 factorial is 2, 3 factorial is 6, 4 factorial is 24, 5 factorial is 120. याद ना भी रहे तो 6 फैक्टोरियल क्या है? 6 इंटू 120, 720. याद ना भी रहे तो 7 फैक्टोरियल क्या है? 7 इंटू 720, 5040. याद ना भी रहे तो भी 8 फैक्टोरियल क्या है? 8 इंटू 5040, दैट इज 40320. सो दैट वेज यू कैन रिमेंबर दीज वैल्यूज. ठीक है, अगली वैल्यू से पिछले वाली को मल्टीप्लाई तो करना है. हाउ मच टाइम डज दैट टेक? सो इट्स ऑलवेज, आई मीन, advised that always keep the values till 8 factorial in your mind. You might say, sir, I can easily calculate them later on as well. इसमें क्या प्रॉब्लम है? ये तो कैलकुलेट की जा सकती है. Yes, they can be calculated. There is no doubt about it. कैलकुलेट की जा सकती हैं. But if someone asks me 8 factorial, I can calculate that. But someone gives me 40320. Does it suddenly come to my mind, this is 8 factorial? That's what is important. कि सिर्फ ये नहीं है फैक्टोरियल पूछा जाए तो आप वैल्यू बता सको, वैल्यू सामने आए तो भी आप देख के बता सको यार ये तो 8 फैक्टोरियल होता है. That ways it becomes very important for all of you. Therefore, we are saying these all values should be known. Then, when I talk about permutations combinations, where there is a different type of question, number of paths. Why did I take it? Because actually cat has asked this kind of question at least 4 or 5 times. Why only cat? Other exams also have asked questions like these. A person is at A, this person has to go to B. In how many ways he can go to B from A if these are the only paths available? In how many ways he can go there? To do these kind of questions, the simplest way is, let us assume this point A is origin 0 0. So can I say this point is 2 2? This point is 2 2. So to go from 0 0 to 2 2, you just have to take 2 steps on x-axis and 2 steps on y-axis in whatever order you take. 2x and 2y you have to take. Let us say you take x, x, y, y. What does that mean? First you take an x, you reach here. Then you take an x, you reach here. Then you take a y, you reach here. And then you take a y, you reach here. That's one of the ways through which you can reach there. Or let's say x, y, x, y. What does that mean? First you take an x and you reach here. Then you take a y and you reach here. Then you take an x, you reach here. And then you take a y, you reach here. That's also one of the ways of reaching that point B. There is a possibility like y, y, x, x. That means first you take a y, you reach here. Then you take a y, you reach here. Then you take an x and then again you take an x. That's also one of the ways. So that ways, in how many ways you can just put 2x and 2y's in a line. और इसको मैं कॉम्बिनेशन की फॉर्म में ऐसे कह सकता हूं, there are 4 steps. Out of those 4 steps, 2 will be x. The other 2 would automatically be y. Which 2 will be x? 4c2. So there are 6 ways in which a person can go from A to B. I repeat, the total number of x and y, are 4. Out of those 4, 2 are x. तो 4c2 ways में आप वो दो चूज कर सकते हैं. You can choose 2 y's as well 4c2 ways में. कोई भी एक चूज कर लो, वो तो वैसे भी NCR और NCN-R बराबर होते हैं. So these kind of questions have been asked in CAT many a times. Therefore, I wanted to discuss about it. यहाँ पे मैंने 2 by 2 का ग्रिड लिया है. There might be a 7 by 9 grid. There might be 8 by 10 grid. बस आपको ये देखना कितने बार मुझे x पे चलना है, कितने बार मुझे y पे चलना है to reach a particular point from a particular point, and then you calculate the number of steps. उसमें से x कितने हैं वो calculate कर लो. That becomes our answer. Hello Jatin, I am good. How are you? After completing table in DLR, the language of given questions are really tough, sir. What should I do? Lakshmi, of course, you have to work on it. This is just interpretation. You already know the problem. I think just work upon your interpretation skills. Okay, everyone. So that was about combinations. Now I'll talk about the permutation, the counting principle first of all. You all know, whenever there is a case of OR, you add the number of ways. Whenever there is a case of AND, you multiply the number of ways. This rule is extremely simple, but actually a lot many questions are dependent only upon this rule. ये सिर्फ और सिर्फ इसी पे डिपेंडेंट है. ठीक है. और मीन्स प्लस, एंड मीन्स मल्टीप्लाई. सिर्फ इतना सा आपको करना है. और मीन्स प्लस एंड मीन्स मल्टीप्लाई. दैट्स ऑल यू हैव टू डू. एंड ये ध्यान रखिएगा, और एंड यहां जो बात कर रहे हैं ना, प्लस किसे करना है, मल्टीप्लाई किसे करना है. You have to add or multiply the number of ways of doing something. In how many ways I can do this, in how many ways I can do that. उन नंबर ऑफ वेज को मल्टीप्लाई या ऐड करते हैं डिपेंडिंग अपॉन कि वो और का केस है कि वो एंड का केस है. प्रिया जी, लास्ट लैप टू कैट ही तो चल रहा है. कैट क्रैश कोर्स क्या है? लास्ट लैप टू कैट ही है, नथिंग एल्स. Okay, everyone. So that was about counting principle. And in permutations, the another thing, NPR is n factorial upon n minus r factorial. As I was talking about ABC, when you select two things, they might be AB or AC or BC, can be done in 3 ways. When you select two things, this is called combination. But when you arrange two things, AB, BA, AC, CA, BC, CB. So when the order also takes into account, order is also taken into account, those 6 ways are the number of ways of arranging the articles. That is permutation. अगर ये करना है, चीजों को ऑर्डर में लगाना है, एनपीआर लगाइए. ये करना है, चीजों को ऑर्डर में नहीं सिर्फ चूज करना है, तो एनसीआर. Another rule in permutation is if there are n articles out of which p are identical, q are identical, number of ways of arranging them is given by n factorial by p factorial into q factorial. For example, 2a's, 3b's and 3b's and 4c's. How many 9-letter words can be made by using these 9 letters? I would say 9 factorial by 2 factorial क्योंकि 2 सेम है, 3 factorial क्योंकि 3 सेम है, 4 factorial क्योंकि 4 सेम. 9 factorial divided by 2 factorial, 3 factorial, 4 factorial is the total number of ways in which this can be done. This is another thing which might be used a lot many times. Sir, I got slot 2. What's yours? Mine is also slot 2, Agastya. Okay, guys. So now when I talk about this circular arrangement, when people are to be arranged around a circle, what is to be done? You all know. If n distinct people are to be arranged around a circle, it is n minus 1 factorial if anti-clockwise and clockwise are different. If they are not different, then n minus 1 factorial divided by 2. You would say, sir, how would we know कब clockwise और anti-clockwise different होते हैं, कब नहीं? एक simple सा rule बता रहा हूं. जैसे there are people sitting around a table, right? If there are people sitting around a table, A, B, C, D are sitting like this, or A, B, C, D are sitting like this. These are two separate cases. Reason? A table cannot be flipped. People around the table cannot be flipped. But similarly, if this is a necklace can be flipped, and the moment it is flipped, it becomes this. Therefore, in anything which can be flipped, clockwise and anti-clockwise would become the same, but it cannot be flipped in those cases. Clockwise and anti-clockwise are different. When they are different, the number of ways is n minus 1 factorial. If they are not different, then it is n minus 1 factorial divided by 2. This is how we get the number of ways of doing these things. Sir, I got distant center, not first preferred. Wherever many people got that. I'm too much excited. It's my first time. I'm not even able to sleep. अरे अभी से अगस्त है, अभी तो टाइम बहुत है पेपर में. You must be excited. The exam is pretty good. चलिए एक और चीज होती है परमुटेशन कॉम्बिनेशन में, दैट इज डिरेंजमेंट. व्हाट इज डिरेंजमेंट? आपको लग रहा होगा अरेंजमेंट सुना है, डिरेंजमेंट नहीं. अरेंजमेंट इज एग्जैक्ट ऑपोजिट ऑफ डिरेंजमेंट. अरेंजमेंट होता है चीजों को अपनी अपनी जगह लगा देना. डिरेंजमेंट इज चीजों को ऐसे लगाना कि कोई भी अपनी जगह ना ले. Derangement is exact opposite of arrangement. Arranging things in a way that none of them is arranged. Everything is deranged. That is called derangement. So derangement of an item is done in how many ways? For that there is a formula like this. But I would suggest, rather than going by the formula, just remember values up to derangement of 5. More than that probably would never be asked to you. Derangement of values up to 5, you should all remember that. Derangement of 0 or 1 articles are not possible, right? Derangement for 2 articles is possible in 1 way. Derangement of 3 articles is possible in 9 way. 4 के लिए 9 हो जाएगा, 5 के लिए 44 हो जाएगा. और इनमें भी ना आपको एक पैटर्न दिखाई देगा जिससे आप अगर चाहो भी तो 6 का भी डिरेंजमेंट निकाल सकते हो. कैसे? 2 to 9 it is 2 into 4 plus 1. 9 to 44 it is 9 into 5 minus 1. 1 to 2 it is 1 into 3 minus 1. So previous into 3 minus 1, previous into 4 plus 1, previous into 5 minus 1. So can I say next should be previous into 6 plus 1, right? And previous into 6 plus 1 would be 265, which you get from here. That also can be done. It's always equal to the previous value into the next number plus 1 or minus 1. Odd के केस में plus 1 minus 1 होता है, even के केस में plus 1 होता है. That ways you will keep getting all of them. Okay everyone, I am sure you all have understood now. ये सब समझ गए होंगे. That was about derangement. I will move ahead from here. Now the next thing is grouping. Grouping is just dividing some articles into some groups of different number of articles. जैसे there are 6 people. I want to divide these 6 people into 3 groups of 2 each. In how many ways this can be done? It can be done by 6 factorial divided by 2 factorial into 2 factorial into 2 factorial, right? 6 factorial divided by 2 factorial into 2 factorial into 2 factorial. But if the groups are named, let us say I have to make 3 groups A, B, C, then even this will be multiplied by 3 factorial. इसको आप 3 फैक्टोरियल से मल्टीप्लाई भी करेंगे। दैट्स व्हाट ग्रुपिंग इज, इसको हम लोग ग्रुपिंग कह देते हैं। सॉरी, दिस विल ऑल्सो बी डिवाइडेड बाय, प्रीवियस केस में इट विल बी मल्टीप्लाइड बाय 3 फैक्टोरियल इन दिस केस, अदरवाइज इट विल बी डिवाइडेड बाय 3 फैक्टोरियल एज वेल। मैं एक बार दोबारा समझा देता हूं आपको, थोड़ा कंफ्यूजन हो गई इसमें। 6 articles are there, you want to make 3 groups of 2 each, right? Make first group of 2, that is 6c2, बचे 4 articles, 4c2, बचे 2 articles, 2c2, but because the groups are not named, therefore you divide by 3 factorial, क्योंकि ग्रुप्स का नाम ही नहीं है। फर्स्ट ग्रुप की जगह सेकंड आ जाए, सेकंड की जगह थर्ड आ जाए, फर्क ही नहीं पड़ता, दे वुड बी द सेम। So therefore we divide by 3 factorial. Now what is 6c2? It is 6 factorial by 2 factorial into 4 factorial. What is 4c2? It is 4 factorial by 2 factorial into 2 factorial. What is 2c2? It is 1 into 1 by 3 factorial. तो अल्टीमेटली आप देखोगे 6 फैक्टोरियल डिवाइडेड बाय 2 फैक्टोरियल, 2 फैक्टोरियल, 2 फैक्टोरियल, साथ एक 3 फैक्टोरियल भी आता है। So when the groups are not named, you divide by 3 factorial as well. If they are named, you multiply by 3 factorial, उससे कट के वो बचेगा 6 factorial divided by 2 factorial into 2 factorial into 2 factorial. So basically हमेशा डिपेंड इस बात पे करता है कितने ग्रुप्स का साइज सेम है। So here we have 3 groups with the same size, 2 2 2 का साइज है ना तीनों का, तीनों ग्रुप्स का। So we have divided by 3 factorial. 2 ग्रुप्स का साइज सेम होता, you divide by 2 factorial. 4 ग्रुप्स का साइज सेम होगा, you will divide by 4 factorial, and that's how you will be doing the grouping. What if I get the same center as sir? Even if you get it, I think it would not help you Agastya. सेम सेंटर एंड एग्जैक्टली एडजेसेंट तो सर है ना, हाँ अगर बहुत एडजेसेंट ही आ गया ठीक है, और मैं तुम्हें जानता भी हूं तो ठीक है, कुछ पैसा वैसा लेके मैं कर सकता हूं बजट होगी। 3 फैक्टोरियल कहां से आया नहीं समझा सनमित, एक्चुअली चीजें देखो आप ऐसा समझिए, लेट अस से देयर आर 4 पीपल ए बी सी डी, आई एम मेकिंग 2 ग्रुप्स ऑफ 2 ईच। व्हेन आई डू 4c2, 4c2 में मैंने 2 लोग छांट लिए ए बी, दूसरी तरफ सी डी बच गए। बट इफ आई सिलेक्ट सी डी तो दूसरी तरफ ए बी होता। अब ये दोनों केस तो सेम ही है ना, so I'm counting every case twice, I have to divide there by 2 factorial। यहां पे 3 ग्रुप्स हो जाते हैं तो हर केस 3 factorial टाइम्स रिपीट होता है, and therefore I have to divide by 3 factorial to get the number of ways in which this can be done। ठीक है, I hope you got my point। so यहां पे जितने ग्रुप्स का साइज सिमिलर है उतने ही ग्रुप्स में जो है रिपीटेशन होने के चांसेस रहते हैं, therefore भी चांसेस क्या होता है, so therefore we divide by the factorial of that number which tells us the number of groups whose sizes are similar। That's what about grouping is। ठीक है, आगे बढ़ते। Now when I talk about a distribution rule, this is also a very important rule। When n identical items are to be distributed in r distinct groups, identical चीजों को distinct groups में बांटना है, the number of ways is given by n plus r minus 1 c r minus 1। We also call it whole number solutions, that is if a1 plus a2 plus a3 up to ar is equal to n, where all a's are whole numbers, अगर ये सारे whole numbers हैं तो number of solutions of this equation are given by this, number of solutions of this equation are given by this। और अगर ये सभी natural numbers हो जाएं whole numbers की बजाय, then the formula would become n minus 1 c r minus 1। अगर whole numbers हैं तो ये फॉर्मूला है, नेचुरल नंबर्स हैं तो ये फॉर्मूला है, और अगर आपको सीधा ये कहता है कि डिस्टिंक्ट ऑब्जेक्ट्स और ग्रुप भी डिस्टिंक्ट है, then straight away the number of ways is r to the power n, because every object can go in r ways। हर ऑब्जेक्ट के पास r तरीके हैं, n ऑब्जेक्ट्स हैं तो r r r r will be multiplied n times, it will become r raised to the power n। This is the distribution formula। Now I'll move ahead to permutation combination addition theorem। सॉरी ये गलत लिखा हुआ है, this is probability actually, probability के addition theorem की बात हो रही है। that probability जैसे आपने पढ़ा होगा ना, सेट थ्योरी में होता है n of a union b is n of a plus n of b minus n of a intersection b। similarly probability of a union b is p of a plus p of b minus p of a intersection b। but if there are mutually exclusive events, म्यूचुअली एक्सक्लूसिव क्या होते हैं, म्यूचुअली एक्सक्लूसिव होते हैं मतलब ये होगा तो ये नहीं होगा, वो होगा तो ये नहीं हो सकता, दैट्स कॉल्ड म्यूचुअली एक्सक्लूसिव। जैसे एक डाइस फेंकने पे 2 आना या 4 आना, दे आर म्यूचुअली एक्सक्लूसिव, तो इसका मतलब देयर इंटरसेक्शन इज 0। you can't have a 2 and 4 on a dice, so therefore their intersection becomes 0। if this becomes 0, in that case my formula becomes p of a union b is equal to p of a plus p of b। अगर म्यूचुअली एग्जॉस्टिव है, एक्सक्लूसिव का मतलब है ये होगा तो दूसरा नहीं होगा, एग्जॉस्टिव का मतलब है एवरीथिंग एग्जॉस्ट्स, ए एंड बी आर दी ओनली 2 इवेंट्स दैट कैन हैपन, और कुछ हो ही नहीं सकता, राइट। इधर डाइस फेंकने पे इवन नंबर आएगा या ऑड नंबर आएगा। इवन और ऑड म्यूचुअली एक्सक्लूसिव होने के साथ साथ एग्जॉस्टिव भी हैं, बिकॉज इवन और ऑड के अलावा कुछ आ ही नहीं सकता। So in that case, their probabilities will add up to one only. But if they are not mutually exclusive, they are independent events. इंडिपेंडेंट मतलब एक के होने से दूसरे पे असर नहीं पड़ता। एक बैग लिया, बॉल निकाली, इट वॉज रेड, वापस डाल दी, फिर बॉल निकाली, व्हाट बॉल वुड कम, इट डज नॉट डिपेंड अपॉन द फर्स्ट बॉल। दीज आर इंडिपेंडेंट इवेंट्स, राइट। तो इंडिपेंडेंट इवेंट्स के केस में प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ ए इंटरसेक्शन बी बिकम्स प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ ए इनटू प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ बी। इट इज लाइक पी ए इनटू पी बी। स्ट्रेट अवे देयर प्रोबेबिलिटीज आर मल्टीप्लाइड, क्योंकि वैसे भी एक के होने से दूसरा नहीं हो रहा, सो इट डज नॉट मेक ए डिफरेंस, राइट। So these are the three special cases of probabilities over here. Next, when we talk about conditional probability, right? Conditional probability होती है और एक उसका exact opposite होता है Bayes theorem. So probability of A, इसका मतलब पता है, इसका मतलब है probability of A given that B has happened. Probability of A given that B has happened. For example, what is the probability of getting a 2 if it is known that an even number appeared when I throw a dice? Probability of having a 2 given that an even number has appeared. तो ऐसे केस में जो टोटल केसेस है मेरे, वो probability of even number की बन जाती है। फिर मैं ये नहीं कहूंगा कि 6 केसेस आ सकते हैं। इट इज गिवन दैट इवन नंबर हैज अपीयर्ड, तो 3 पॉसिबिलिटीज हो जाएंगी। और फेवरेबल क्या हो जाएगा कि इवन आने पे 2 आए, इवन आने पे 2 आने का एक ही तरीका है, तो प्रोबेबिलिटी 1/3 हो जाएगी। ठीक है। सिमिलरली पी ऑफ बी बाय ए का मतलब है प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ बी गिवन दैट ए हैज हैपेंड, which is again given by probability of A intersection B divided by probability of A. बट जो यहां नीचे होता है वही यहां नीचे आता है और ऊपर दोनों का इंटरसेक्शन आता है। दैट्स व्हाट कंडीशनल प्रोबेबिलिटी इज। बिल्कुल इसका ऑपोजिट बेस थ्योरम होता है। अगर क्वेश्चन आए तो डिस्कस करेंगे, अदरवाइज नॉट इंपॉर्टेंट। एज आई सेड, कैट ने प्रोबेबिलिटी पे पिछले 8 साल में एक भी क्वेश्चन नहीं पूछा, तो कैट के पर्सपेक्टिव से प्रोबेबली यू कैन इवन स्किप दिस पार्ट अगर आप चाहो। तो चलिए सीधा क्वेश्चंस पे आते हैं। लेट्स स्टार्ट सॉल्विंग सम क्वेश्चंस नाउ। हियर इज द फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन फॉर ऑल ऑफ यू। आई वुड वांट एन आंसर फ्रॉम यू बिफोर आई स्टार्ट डिस्कसिंग दिस क्वेश्चन। स्टार्ट एंड गिव मी द आंसर। Would like to see some answers before I start moving ahead. Harsha has given an answer. Raj Deepak has given an answer. Akanksha, Creative Kida, Navneet, Sam. So I think we can do it now. चलिए करते हैं. What does it say? During the Spider-Man 3 movie, 2 of the boys fell in love with a girl sitting next to them. Next time, when the group of the 10 went to watch Good Boy, Bad Boy, these 2 boys wanted to sit with their respective girlfriends. The remaining people do not mind where they sit. In how many ways can this group now sit in row of 10 seats? ठीक है, 10 seats का row है, उसमें कितने तरीके से बैठ सकते हैं? That's what the question is asking. Now let us say person A1 is there, whose girlfriend is G1, and person A2 is there, whose girlfriend is G2. A1 की गर्लफ्रेंड है G1 और A2 की गर्लफ्रेंड है G2. He wants to sit with her. He wants to sit with her. So first of all, let make a couple of them so they can sit in 2 ways. Similarly, ये couple भी 2 ways में बैठेगा. Apart from these two, now I have 6 more people. So now I have to arrange these 2 people as 1 unit, these 2 people as 1 unit, and 6 more people. So total number of units is 8. 6 plus 1 plus 1. और 8 यूनिट्स को अरेंज करने के कितने तरीके हैं? 8 फैक्टोरियल. So the total number of ways in which this can be done is 4 into 8 factorial, which is given in option C, So option C is the right answer, that is 4 into 8 factorial. राइट एंड ऐसी बहुत सारे लोगों ने इसका सही आंसर दिया भी है. राजदीपक, नवनीत, तुष्या, सॉरी साइमा, जीना, गरिमा कौशल, सोनाली, कुश पटेल, सैम एंड क्रिएटिव किडा, दे ऑल हैव गिवन द राइट आंसर, व्हिच इज brilliant, guys. That was the first question. I'm sure you all have understood it. I will move ahead to question number 2 now. On your screen is here. A little lengthy question. Take some time and give me the answer of this question as well. डेरिवेटिव इंटीग्रेशन एलएलपी से कितने क्वेश्चन आते हैं? स्किप दीज टॉपिक्स. वैभव, इनसे एक भी क्वेश्चन नहीं आता और गारंटी है आएगा भी नहीं. Okay, Kush Patel got the answer for A. Two is difficult or not? What does that mean, Snehal? Two is difficult or not? Harsh has got an answer. Rajdeepak got an answer. Rohit got an answer. Kush Patel got an answer. Snehal says slot 2. Slot 2 is difficult or not? None of the slots is difficult. None of the slots is easy, Snehal. Just do not go by any rumors. Okay, Navneet got the answer. चलिए जी, let's start doing it then. करना शुरू करते हैं. क्या आता है? How many straight lines can be drawn by joining these dots? So in every line, I have got 5 dots in between and 2 dots at the corners. So let's first talk about the number of lines that I can make using the corner dots. Okay? Corner dot से कितनी बनेगी? This corner dot cannot be joined with any of these. It cannot be joined with any of these to make a line. It can only make a line with these 5. So can I say this corner can give me 5 lines? This corner can give me 5 lines, and the third corner can also give me 5 lines. So the 3 corners can give me 15 more lines. I hope this is clear to all, right? 3 कॉर्नर जो मेरे पास हैं, वो हर कॉर्नर सामने वाले सिर्फ 5 पॉइंट जो कि कॉर्नर्स पे भी नहीं है, साइड पे भी नहीं है, उन्हीं को ज्वाइन करके लाइंस बना सकते हैं. सो दीज 3 कॉर्नर्स कैन गिव मी 15 लाइंस ओनली, राइट? नेक्स्ट, व्हाट अबाउट द अदर पॉइंट्स? इफ आई टॉक अबाउट द अदर पॉइंट्स, तो सारे पॉइंट बिल्कुल एक जैसे हैं, उसमें तो कोई डाउट नहीं होगा. ऑल द अदर पॉइंट्स आर अलाइक. टेक अप एनी पॉइंट. लेट्स टॉक अबाउट दिस पॉइंट. हाउ मेनी लाइंस कैन बी मेड यूजिंग दिस पॉइंट? और कॉर्नर्स से नहीं लेनी है, कॉर्नर्स को भूल जाओ. This point cannot be joined with this, or this. Of course, not corners. So it can be joined with these 5. It can be joined with these 5. तो कितनी लाइंस बनाएगा? 5 plus 5, that is 10. So this one point can give me 10 lines. This another one can give me another 10. फिर ये भी 10, ये भी 10, ये भी 10. ऐसे अगर मैं करता रहूं तो कितनी लाइंस बन जा रही हैं? 5 times 10, 5 times 10, 5 times 10. That is 15 times 10 is 150. लेकिन 150 का तो हाफ करूंगा ना, बिकॉज दिस लाइन वुड बी काउंटेड एंड देन दिस लाइन वुड अगेन बी काउंटेड. मैं पॉइंट ए से बी भी काउंट कर रहा हूं, बी से ए भी काउंट कर रहा हूं. So I'm counting 150 lines, but actual number of lines would be 75. So the total number of lines is going to be 15 plus 75 is 90 plus 3 lines which are already visible to us. So that means there would be 93 lines that can be formed with them. Answer for part A is equal to 93. Why, sir, the corners can make a line with the side as well? That is also a line. Tushar, that's a single line then. You will not be counting the line segments. आप ये नहीं कहोगे कि अच्छा ठीक है, ये दोनों पॉइंट के बीच में एक सेगमेंट ये रहा, एक ये रहा, एक ये रहा, तो ऐसा करके नहीं काउंट कर सकते. These are not different lines. So I've counted those 3 lines separately, right? Otherwise they would not be counted. सीधी सी बात. आई होप यू ऑल गॉट माई पॉइंट कि यहां पे एक आंसर मेरा 93 आ रहा है. कुछ लोगों ने आंसर 153 दिया है. मेरे ख्याल से आपने वो मिस्टेक की है कि उसका डबल जो था सीधा काउंट कर लिया. यू डिड नॉट हाफ इट. दैट माइट हैव बीन अ मिस्टेक बाय मेनी ऑफ यू, बट आई एम श्योर दैट नाउ यू हैव गॉट द पॉइंट कि कहां गलती हुई है. अब वो मेरे ख्याल से समझ आ गया होगा. सेकेंड, द नंबर ऑफ ट्राइंगल्स दैट कैन बी ड्रॉन. टोटल मेरे पॉइंट है कितने? आई हैव 5 5 5 15 प्लस 3 18. 18 पॉइंट से टोटल ट्राइंगल बन सकती है 18C3. Total triangles that can be made is 18C3. But if 3 points are collinear, they cannot make a triangle. So how many pairs of 3 points are there which are collinear? How many pairs of 3 points are there which are collinear? On one line, I have got 7 points. So 7C3 pairs are there which are collinear. Same 7C3 here, same 7 3 here. So thrice of 7C3 will be subtracted from it to get the number of triangles. एक बार निकाल लेते हैं. 18C3 कितना आएगा? 18C3 would be 18 into 17 into 16 divided by 3 into 2 into 1, that is 6, minus 3 into 7C3 is 35. यहाँ पे 6 3 जा 18, 17 3 जा 51 into 16 is 816 minus 105. So in my opinion, the answer for the second one should be 711 and for the first one it should be 93. एक बार देख भी लेते हैं क्या आंसर आ रहा है इसका. Oh yes, fortunately, both are correct. So 93 and 711 are the correct answers for these two questions. अब मुझे बताइए कोई डाउट है तो. सनमित, तीन इसलिए ऐड किया क्योंकि जो तीन लाइंस ऑलरेडी वो पॉइंट्स बना रहे हैं, वी हैव नॉट काउंटेड देम एनीवेयर, तो वो तीन तो ऐड करेंगे करेंगे ना, बिकॉज ऑल द पॉइंट्स दे आर कोलिनियर. सो दे आर गिविंग मी वन सिंगल लाइन जो कोलिनियर पॉइंट्स हैं. सो देयर आर थ्री सेट्स ऑफ कोलिनियर पॉइंट्स, तो वो तीन तो मुझे दे ही रहे हैं. So I'll repeat once again. In the first case, when I calculate the number of lines, the three corners, they can only be joined with the 5 points opposite to them to give a line. तो तीनों corners 5-5 line दे रहे हैं, that makes it 15. उसके अलावा the points which are not on the corners, the points which are there in between, every point can be joined with 10 more points. तो हर point 10 line देगा. 15 points 10-10 करके 150 lines देंगे. बट एवरी लाइन इज बीइंग काउंटेड ट्वाइस. जब आप एक पॉइंट से दूसरे पॉइंट तक की लाइन काउंट करते हैं तो आप यहां से यहां काउंट कर रहे हैं, यहां से यहां भी काउंट कर रहे हैं. तो 150 में एवरीथिंग हैज बीन डबल्ड, सो देयरफॉर आई हाफ इट. 150 divided by 2 will be equal to 75 and that also give me the correct answer. Okay everyone, I am sure this is clear. Sir, we can also count one big triangle. Her set has already been counted. When I did 18C3, I said take any 3 points. तो टॉप पॉइंट नीचे वाला लेफ्ट जो तीनों कॉर्नर्स है बेसिकली, तो वो 18C3 में आ गए ना, तो वो ट्रायंगल ऑटोमेटिकली काउंट हो चुका है उसके अंदर. Okay everyone, I'll move ahead now to question number 3 on your screen is here now. Let's try answer this question. People on YouTube, you know that what do you have to do? You have not done that yet. 30 people are watching, just 11 likes. Please do that. It's kind of a fee that you have to pay for these sessions, and that also makes me happy. So keep doing it, please. What is the answer for question number 3? Navneet has answered it. Raj Deepak has answered. Surbhi, Sanmit, Yash, Sam, Jeena has answered. Let's do it now. The total number of ways in which one can wear three distinct rings on five fingers of one's right hand, given that one is allowed to wear more than one ring on a finger. Okay, चलिए करते हैं. So let me make a hand. This is the thumb. This is a finger, second finger, third finger, fourth finger. So please do not make fun of my drawing. I have failed in drawing. The only guy on earth probably who could have failed in. तो ये मेरे पास एक हैंड है. This is the thumb. Okay, and these are the four fingers. In how many ways I can wear five rings? The first ring, of course, can be worn in five ways. It can go in any of the fingers. Let us say the first ring is here. Can I say the moment I wear a ring, it creates an extra space for the second ring? Kaise? Now, second ring can come here, or here, or here, or here, four ways. Above this, that is five, or below this, that is six. So the second ring has got six ways. Have you all understood my point? Any extra ring creates an extra space. By that logic, I am saying the second ring can be worn in six ways. Many of you gave the answer as 125 because we have studied in our school days. 5 into 5 into 5. लेकिन जब रिंग्स की बात होती है ना, रिंग्स आप तीन तरीके से, सॉरी, जब एक ही रिंग में मान लीजिए कि फिंगर में तीनों रिंग पहनते तो उनका ऑर्डर भी इंपॉर्टेंट होता है. विच वन इज अबव, विच वन इज इन बिटवीन, विच वन इज बिलो. सिमिलरली लेट अस से नाउ आई हैव वॉर्न द सेकंड रिंग. मान लीजिए मैंने सेकंड रिंग यहां पहन ली. The third ring can be worn in how many ways? It can be worn in one way, two way, three way. इसके ऊपर four, इसके नीचे five, इसके ऊपर six, इसके नीचे seven. So therefore, there are seven ways in which the third ring can be worn. My answer is 210. The three rings in five fingers can be worn in a total of 210 ways, and that is the right answer for this question. नाउ यू माइट से कि सर अगर सेकंड रिंग हमारी उसी फिंगर में चली जाती जिसमें फर्स्ट रिंग थी तो स्टिल इट विल बी हैविंग अ टोटल ऑफ सेवन वेज. करके देखेगा. अगर सेकंड रिंग मान लीजिए यहीं पर होती तो वन वे, टू वे, थ्री वे, फोर, इनके ऊपर फाइव, इनके बीच में सिक्स और इनके नीचे सेवन, स्टिल इट वुड हैव बीन सेवन वेज. एज आई सेड, whenever a new ring comes, it creates an extra space for one of the rings. So therefore, the total number of ways is 5 into 6 into 7, that is 210. I hope you all understood question number 3 as well. That is the answer, 210. I'll move ahead to question number 4. On your screen is here. Answer this now. Here we have question number 4. Let me see how many of you answer this correctly. Rohit has answered. Anyone else? That's a long process, Madhurima, but you can understand it this way, that if your paper is difficult, you will get some extra marks. If your slot is easy, you'll get some lesser marks. Creative Kida has got 127, Yash has got 27, Zed King has got 144, Vikram got 35. So let's start doing it. क्या सही आंसर आता है? In how many ways 7 different letters be posted into 3 post boxes such that no box remains empty? Simple. Let us say the boxes are B1, B2, B3. So total number of ways is equal to 3 raised to the power 7, right? Every letter has got 3 ways. So first letter can be posted in 3 ways, second letter can be posted in 3 ways, third letter can be posted in 3 ways, 3 to the power 7, which is 2187. But among these cases, there are some cases when either one box is empty or both the boxes are empty. तीनों तो empty हो नहीं सकते. How many cases are there when one box is empty? Number of cases when one box is empty. If one box is empty, that means all the letters went into just two of the boxes, right? All the letters went into two of the boxes. First of all, which two boxes? They can be selected in 3C2 or 3 ways, B1, B2 or B1, B3 or B2, B3. Let us say all the letters went into B1 and B2. So, in how many ways they would be distributed? 2 to the power 7. Every letter would go in B1 or B2, B1 or B2, 2 to the power 7. But in those 2 to the power 7 ways as well, we have two cases when either B1 is empty or B2 is empty. Isn't it? There are two cases when either B1 is empty or B2 is empty. So उस केस में तो फिर एक ही बॉक्स में आ गए ना सारे, जबकि मैं बात कर रहा हूं only one box should be empty. Then I would be having two boxes empty. So therefore 3 into 2 to the power 7 minus 2. And finally, when two boxes are empty, that is possible in how many ways? 3 ways. भैया तो B1 B2 empty है, all letters are in B3, और B1 B3 empty है, all letters are in B2, और B2 B3 empty है, all letters are in B1. So that ways. So from 3 to the power 7, which is 2187, I have to subtract these two cases. This case is 128 minus 2 is 126 into 3 is 338. This case is 3 and this case is 2187. Minus करते हैं 7 minus 341. सो 341 को माइनस करोगे 187 माइनस करोगा तो उसमें से 194 और 1806 आएगा. सो 1806 इज द करेक्ट आंसर. देख लेते हैं एक बार. ओ यस, अदरवाइज कोई कैलकुलेशन मिस्टेक ही होती. अब बताइए जरा, ये बात आप सबको समझ आई कि नहीं समझ आई? प्लीज टेल मी फास्ट. First of all, we did 3 to the power 5. What is 3 to, sorry, 3 to the power 7? 3 to the power 7 is the total number of ways in which 7 letters can be put into 3 boxes. It contains some cases, when either two boxes are empty or one box is empty. Two boxes can be empty in 3 ways. But या तो B1, B2 empty है, all letters are in B3. Similarly, all might be in B2, all might be in B1. तो 3 ways तो हो गए वो. Where if one box is empty, अब one box अगर empty है तो first of all which one box is empty or which two boxes have the letters? That is possible in 3 ways जो मैंने 3 लिखा. And if all the letters are in two boxes, then they can be distributed in 2 to the power 7 ways. But वहां पे भी 2 की power 7 में दो केस ऐसे आ गए when all letters went into one single box. वो दो माइनस कर दिया तो 2 की power 7 minus 2 is the number of ways when the letters are distributed in two boxes and none of them is empty. तो उसको हमने 3 से मल्टीप्लाई किया, टोटल में से माइनस किया, वी गॉट द आंसर एज 1806. दैट इज द आंसर फॉर क्वेश्चन नंबर 4. स्लाइटली डिफिकल्ट क्वेश्चन, बट आई मतलब पर्पस इज दैट यू अंडरस्टैंड द कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ इट, कि थोड़ा आसान पोर्शन भी आ पाए तो आप समझ पाए कि अच्छा इस तरीके से इन क्वेश्चन को सॉल्व करते हैं. नॉट दैट यू ऑलवेज हैव टू डू इट दिस वे ओनली. That was question number 4. I'll move ahead to question number 5 on your screen is here. Let's try this question as well. Oh, yes, Sam, that's correct. 378. Thank you. I might have written wrong here. I think 338 लिख दिया था मैंने. Here is question number 5. How many of you can answer this correct now? Okay, Sam has got an answer. Saturn has got an answer. Let's start doing it. Chaliye. How many six-digit odd numbers can be formed using the digits 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 9 without repetition, such that the digits at the hundreds place is less than the digit at the tens place, which in turn is less than the digit at the units place? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have to make six-digit numbers. And he said digit at hundreds place is less than digit at tens place. This should be less than this, which in turn is less than units place. ये इससे भी कम होना चाहिए. And the number should be odd. The digits are 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 9. Of course, this digit cannot be 1. 1 cannot be greater than any one of them. So last digit 1 to ho nahi sakti. It can be 3. If it is 3, this has to be 2, this has to be 1. The other 3 can be arranged in 3 factorial ways. This will give me 6 numbers. Agar 3 aata hai, to 6 numbers banenge. But what if I have a 7 over here? If I have a 7 over here, these two digits can be any two out of them, right? Any two out of them. 4, 3, 2, 1 में से कोई भी दो ले लेता हूं, that is 4C2 ways. These two can be taken in 4C2 ways and they can be put in only one way. Let us say I put 1 and 3, तो 3 यहां पर आएगा और 1 यहां पर आएगा because they have to be in decreasing order. Let's say I take 1 and 4, तो 1 and 4 ही लिखना पड़ेगा. I take 2 and 3, तो 2, 3 एक ही वे में लिखना पड़ेगा. So these 6 pairs can be written in only one way and the remaining 3 digits can be again put here in 3 factorial ways. That gives me the total number of numbers as 36. Lastly, I can also put 9 at the end. 9 भी लिख सकता हूं. अगर 9 लिखता हूं तो these two digits can be any of these 5. इन 5 में से कोई भी दो, that is 5C2. 10 ways are there. और उसी तरीके से first 3 can be arranged in 3 factorial ways. 6 into 10 is 60. 60 plus 36, 96 plus 6. 102 is the right answer for this question. Yes, option D is the correct answer for it. Tell me कहां पर अगर आपको डाउट है तो बताइए मुझे. The right answer for the question is 102 and this is a question worth asking. I mean, अच्छा question है ये, पूछा जा सकता है, उस तरह का question है. Definitely worth asking. So 102 is the right answer. Anyone, any question here? Question number 5, any doubts? I hope it is all okay. I'll move ahead then to question number 6. आगे बढ़ जाते हैं. Here is question number 6 for all of you on your screen. It is here. Please do it. Garima, first three digits, they could have been arranged in 3 factorial ways. If 3 digits are there, 3 places are there, they can be arranged in 3 factorial. Arnav, the question was asking about odd numbers. So last digit could have been an odd digit only. Vrinda, of course, focus on arithmetic, geometry, number system. Okay, the question is just trying to say that listen, letters of listen are permuted in all possible when letters they are put into a dictionary. They are put into a dictionary. If you put them in a dictionary, of course, first you will have the letter word starting with E, then L, and then I, that ways. So the question is, how many words would be there between listen and silent? That's what he's asking. How many words will be there between listen and silent? So it will be a slightly lengthy question. So I think we should do it together. शुरू करते हैं. Okay. What will be the rank of a particular number when they are put in a dictionary? How do we do that? First of all, just put them in an order. So first of all, E would come, then I would come, then L would come, then N would come, and then S, and then T. So first, let's try to find out the this rank of word listen. पहले listen की rank निकालने की कोशिश करते हैं. पहले उस पर ध्यान देते हैं, फिर आगे बढ़ते हैं. ठीक है? कैसे निकालते हैं? So the way you do it in dictionary, if you're looking for the rank of listen, so whatever words are formed by E or I, you'll just move on from them. You're not even thinking about them. So how many words start with E? There are 5 factorial words that will start with E, that is 120, because I, L, N, S, T can make 5 factorial words. How many words start with I? Once again 5 factorial, that is 120. And in a dictionary, when you reach L, you stop there. You don't take out all 120 numbers then. That you don't do, right? तो वो वाले तो नहीं निकाल देते ना. तो L पे आके you stop. After L, I will have words starting with E, L, E. अब L, E से कितने वर्ड बनेंगे? L तो फिक्स हो चुका. L and E will give me 4 factorial words, which is equal to 24. And then after L, I would come. And I'll once again stop there because I need Li. So L and I are fixed. Once N L I are fixed, now I will have E after that. LIE. LIE will give me 3 factorial words, which is 6. Then I have LIN. LIN will also give me 3 factorial words, which is 6. Then I have LIS. Once again, I'll stop here because I need LIS. So S is also fixed. Then I have words starting with LISE. LISE से दो words बनेंगे. So those two are also gone. And then I would have LIS के बाद N. LISN से भी दो factorial words बनेंगे, which is 2. And then I would have LIS or T. And this is exactly what I want. और T के बाद automatically E आएगा, N आएगा. So this next word would be the last word, listen. So 240 plus 30, 270, 278 and 3. That is 281. The rank of word is 281. Rank of word listen is 281. I hope you all got this. अगर आपने रैंक्स वाले क्वेश्चन किए हैं then you must have got it कि कैसे करते हैं इसको. Here it is 281. Then I'll talk about silent. Silent की बात करते हैं. First of all, E से कितने बनेंगे? 5 factorial, they are gone, 120. Then I would come, 5 factorial, they are gone, 120. Then L would come, 5 factorial, they are gone, 120. Then sorry, N would come, N से कितने बनेंगे? 5 factorial, 120, they are gone. And then S would come. The moment S comes, I stop there. So S is gone. Now I'll be having words with SE. SE से बनेंगे 4 factorial, that is 24. फिर आएगा SI. SI पे again I would stop. I need SI. SI के बाद आएंगे SIE से बनने वाले. There would be 3 factorial, that is 6. And then I would have SIL. Again I would stop. ठीक है. L के बाद अपने आप ही E आएगा, फिर N आएगा, फिर T आएगा. So the next word is silent only, which is 120 into 4, 480. 480 plus 31 is 511. Question is asking you how many words are lying between them. एक 281 एक 511 है. सब्ट्रैक्ट करो, 230 आएगा. 230 minus 1, 229 words would be between them. Why minus 1? मैं बीच के नंबर्स की बात कर रहा हूं. Between 10th word and 5th word there would be 4 words, not 5. 10 minus 5 जब हम करते हैं तो हम 10 को तो गिन लेते हैं ना, जबकि बीच के वर्ड्स गिनने के लिए you have to subtract 1. So therefore the right answer for this question is 229, and that's how we get the answer for this question. ठीक है जी. 229 is the right answer for this question number 6. This brings us to the last question of the day. That's a question from probability. Let me see how many of you answer this correct now. Any answer? That's an easy question. I'm sure all of you can answer this correct. Z King has got an answer. Vrinda has got an answer. Let's start doing it. Three integers are chosen at random from first 15 natural numbers. So in how many ways three integers can be chosen? 15C3, right? It is 15 into 14 into 13 divided by 3 into 2 into 1. So 3 5s are 50 into 7s are. So 35 into 13 is the total number of ways. What is the probability their product is a multiple of 3? If their product is a multiple of 3, can I just say that at least one of them should be a multiple of 3? At least one. Either one of them should be a multiple of 3 or two of them or all three of them. तो कोई भी हमारे पास जो है 3 का multiple होना चाहिए. Or it is better to calculate when would it not be a multiple of 3. कब ये 3 का multiple नहीं होगा. 3 का multiple तब नहीं होगा when we take numbers from those 10 numbers which are not a multiple of 3. If I take all the three numbers from those 10 which are not a multiple of 3, which is possible in 120 ways, तो 3 का multiple ना होने की probability है 120 by 13 into 35. So 5 sevens are 5 24s are, that is 24 by 91. So what is the probability it will be a multiple of 13? Sorry, 3. That is 1 minus 24 by 91, and that is 67 by 91, which is the right answer for us. So question number 7 was actually doable better अगर आप ये सोच के करते कि 3 का मल्टीपल कब नहीं आता. Taking out the probability of not being a multiple of 3 from 1, that automatically gives you a multiple of 3. वो ज्यादा आसान तरीका होता है. That's an easier way of doing it. Okay. So that was about question number 7. I am sure you all have understood this as well. This was the last question of the day. And as someone was talking about Venn diagrams, tomorrow you have this session on Venn diagrams at 7 p.m. Do join this session. Srinivas sir would be talking about it. So just attend this session. Then on 9th November, you have a session with Vikrant sir, getting an extra 9 by attempting summary questions. 10th November, Savitri ma'am would be there, how to tackle para completion. And on 11th number, you have another session on logic based DI sets. And do not forget to join us on 26th November as well on the CAT day. We'll be having the CAT analysis as well. हम लोग उसके बारे में भी 26th को बात करेंगे. So somehow my laptop stops working at these times. Anyways, so that is all from my side, guys. Thank you very much. मिलते हैं next class में. Till then, please take care of yourself. Bye bye. And we'll be meeting now in the next session. Till then, take care of yourself. Bye.